here right now, we're moving into the feminine energy anyway. So, I'm not surprised that they're fighting against this. They know the power of it, number one. But they can't stop it unless we allow it to stop it.
Sister Joanne, I'm gonna just hold up this so that you'll know why we are bothering to be out here and to do this today. Why? Because it's now time for the black woman, the woman of African descent, those of us who identify as women of African descent here in this land of North America, to come together under the spirit of raising up the mother of civilization. So this is our 20-year anniversary, and we are going to commemorate and have a reunion. The reason we've come here today is because regardless to where the reunion is going to take place, we're organizing for the city of Cleveland. We want to represent and have a strong representation at the actual reunion. However, having doing work in the community, there was an interest for us to see if we could be the hosts for the actual reunion here in Cleveland. And it makes sense to me, at least 1 million people that will generate potentially $50 million or more. I mean, with the way our communities are blighted, house I grew up in is not even there anymore. I just went and found out. People are homeless, you know, we have needs, and so we approached the city. Plus it will be history. What happened in '97 actually was black history, it was women's history, and it was world history. And so the opportunity for us to bring that to here to Cleveland, so we reached out to the city for, you know, to ask them if they would be interested in partnering with us to let Cleveland host this march. And they basically declined us with no documented reason. So we wanted to hear from the family, we wanted to make it known, we want to put it on record that we hosted the Republicans. We are able to pull off a parade in 2 days for a NBA championship. Don't disrespect us like that, you know. And so we want to know why the city of Cleveland doesn't find the black woman or the black girl, women of African descent, and our children and our families important enough. And even aside from that, it's a business. It's business. Like, the city could use that money. We could be helping out our black businesses, and the other businesses that are here would absolutely benefit from bringing that type of event here.
Original and historic Million Woman March, also known as MWM, is the largest gathering in the world of women anywhere, ever. Will commemorate its 20-year anniversary in October 2017. This, the first major gathering since the historic 1997 gathering in Philadelphia, PA, that brought together an estimated 2.5 million participants, is certain to bring the long-awaited reconnection of millions of females of African descent from throughout the U.S., as well as to now link millions more globally throughout the African diaspora as such. While the Chamber of Commerce in Philadelphia reported an estimated $25 million was generated in and around the city of Philadelphia as a result of the original MWM 1997 gathering. Economists and financial analysts suggest that this year's MWM 20th reunion will more than likely exceed that amount, doubling it. Needless to say, this type of unexpected cash flow and financial revenue windfall is certainly something that would be a great benefit to any city, and particularly one that is facing a variety of cuts and budgeting woes. This week, the National MWM is preparing for the first phase of a 20-city tour that will assist in promotion of several of the Connecting MWM 20th Reunion campaigns and special projects that include the first annual International African Women's Solidarity and Appreciation Day that will be observed worldwide on October 25th, 2017. The We Are Family, We Are One Civil Nation Letters of Endorsement Campaign, the MWM 20th Artivist Cadre African Ancestral Tribute Procession and Holistic Healing Walk, the 1 in a Million Support Membership Drive, to name a few. As for now, MWM 20th Coordinating Committee are being formed nationwide, and we are expected to be fully up and running by July 1st, 2017.
What do you think about Cleveland just popping their collar at a potential $50 million to come and help our city? For me, it says that it's bigger than money. It's a situation bigger than money. So if it is, what is that and why is that? And so, that's part of the question on the floor, especially the city of Cleveland has a process for special events. You have to put in a special events application, which we have submitted. But we've also we've been in communication with the city for about 4 weeks. We reached out directly to the Mayor's Action Center. We've reached out to the Chief Operating Officer. We've actually spoke to him, Darnell Jones. I want to say Brother Darnell Jones. And when we spoke to him, we had a conference with him. Oh, was it Darnell Brown? Oh, my correction. Darnell Brown, Chief Operating Officer of the City of Cleveland, out of Mayor Frank Jackson's office. And he gave us a positive response, actually. And so we submitted him further details because there's a lot that goes into an evaluation of if a city can hold an event of this magnitude. You have to have so much security, police, EMT. You have to have, bring in things like porta potties. Streets have to be, how you're going to set your stage up. So a lot of those details have to happen.
We did have an informal conversation with Valerie McCall, and some of the things that she stated that would be problematic would be the cost, the investment as far as the amount of time and effort that it takes to put into it. But we have to make that be known. We have to let the city know that we're not just going to take no for an answer when we haven't really been given a full reason.
What would be the impetus or the reason for the city of Cleveland to want to host this event or to be the venue for this, aside from what you are indicating would be the benefit to businesses, particularly black-owned businesses in the city? What would be the impetus for the city of Cleveland to want to participate in hosting the event?
Well, it's an election year. First and foremost, it's an election year. And whatever politicians, whoever's running for mayor, city council, if they were behind this, of course, it would bring a lot of votes for them.
One of our main campaigns is the elimination of abuse against women and girls. And so, of course, it's the right thing to do, but we don't expect any city to really do it because it's the right thing to do. That's why I do it, because it's the right thing to do. And that's why the sisters amongst us, they do it because... I haven't talked to them, but I know we've reached out to Zachary, Jeff Johnson. Every single council person received notification of this press conference that we're having. And so we, have reached out, and to the president of the city council, so we reached out to them. Now, did they open their mail? Did they read it and toss it in a special file? Don't know.
A city that says yes is a city that's saying that they believe in connecting women all over the country and possibly all over the world, women of African descent. And so saying yes is such a powerful thing. So saying no indicates that you have no interest in seeing us connect. And I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yes, the 20-year reunion, yes. However, this is going to include the entire family. When you include the women, you include the children. When you include the women and the children, we have to be present to make sure that they're protected and respected so these queens can do their thing. So it's going to be a family event. And when you put that at the forefront, family, there's so many things that we could actually do to teach our families, teach our children the things that they haven't learned in school during these workshops. They can learn so much more during this particular time than they might learn during a whole school year.
I'm just wondering if you have considered or had any conversation about taking this communication to other African-centered entities. You know, you have the NAACP, you have the Urban League, you have pastors who will show up when there's an opportunity to protest and get themselves on the front page of the paper. Can this be a no not just to your group, but a no to the entire community of Cleveland? I mean, this city is at least 40–50% black. So when you 60% black. So when you say no to one of us, you're saying no to all of us. And the fact that they're not here means that they're turning a blind eye to this. Really, and I bear witness, because I went to the gathering that was in DC last year, when more than 1 million people came to the city of Washington, D.C., to the District of Columbia. And I witnessed what happened when the Nation of Islam facilitated that. I witnessed the brothers going around picking up all the trash. I witnessed the police officers sitting on horses and in police cruisers not doing anything, having a day off because the brothers had everything on lock. You know, I witnessed no crime happening, nobody getting clubbed over the head or beaten up or anything like that. I witnessed what happened when more than 1 million black people came to one city and there was no news story about it.
Right.
See, so the very same thing can happen here. So my message to you is, don't let this no be a final no.